Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, everyone? Today we're gonna start a new chapter, chapter 9. And today's lesson is lesson 9.1. Let's open your book, page 495. Hurry up, guys. Okay, let's start, guys. As I said before, today's lesson is lesson 9.1. And today we're gonna talk about relations between tenth and decimals. Okay, what the meaning of tenth and decimals? Okay, let's see what does it mean. A decimal is a number with one or more digits to the right of something like called decimal point. Decimal point, okay? You can write tenth and hundredth as fraction or decimals. Okay, let me show you how. Okay, the first way, we're gonna use a model and place value chart. Okay, we all know how can we write fractions with model, using models, right? So in this model, if you want to write a fraction using model, so you have to start on the top at the numerator with the shaded parts, and the lower part, which is the denominator, represent the total number of parts, right? Okay, so how many parts that we have here? How many shaded parts that we have here? We have 7 shaded parts, right? So we're gonna write 7. And how many parts in total in this square in total? It will be 10, right? So it will be 7 over 10. That's how to write a fraction. Abdul Mohsin, why you're laughing? Abdul Mohsin, I'm not kidding.
I don't know, mister. I just thought of something funny.
Okay, pay attention, please. Okay, so it will be 7 over 10. So it will be 7 over 10 as a fraction. So we're going to write it as a fraction, okay? Now, if you want to read it, we can read it like that. 7/10, 7/10. It's so important lesson. So you have to keep your attention here and stay focused, okay? So we can write it as 7 over 10 using this model, and we can read it like 7/10, okay? Okay, let's move to the next way. We can write it as a decimal. So we're gonna use a decimal point, as you see here, a decimal point, okay? So if you want to write 7 over 10 as decimal, so all we have to do, we're gonna put the point first, and we're gonna check, is there any whole number do you see here? 7 over 10, there is no whole number because the whole number supposed to be here beside the fraction, okay? So there is no whole number here, right? So we're gonna write 0 of the left of the decimal point, okay? After that, we're gonna look to the numerator here. The numerator is 7. So we're gonna write 7 of the right of the decimal point. So it's so easy. Firstly, put the point. And the next step, look to the whole number. The whole number is, there is no whole number, so we're gonna put 0. And the numerator just comes after the decimal point to the right, okay? So we can write it as 0.7, and we can read it 7/10, the same way with a fraction and decimal. We can read it, both of them, 7/10, okay? Okay, let's move to another way to write it, to write decimals and fractions. We can use a number line. Okay, as we all know, the number line starts with 0, as you see here. Okay, so 0 means 0 over 10. And then we have 1 over 10. It will be 0.1. And 2 over 10, 0.2, and so on, so on, so on to get 10 over 10. 10 over 10, any number over itself equals 1, right? And if you want to write 1 as a decimal number, so we're going to write 1 as a whole number, point 0. Okay? So it will be 10 over 10 equals 1. Okay, now we can say that 0 over 0.7 equals 7 over 10. It had the same value. So 0.7, the same value with 7 over 10. Okay? So write this, guys, and we're going to move to the next page. Hurry up. You have only 1 minute. Yes, Ahmed al-Shammasi.
Hi, Mr. Mo'men.
Hi, Ahmed. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking, man.
Do we write this? Do you understand? How can you write 0.1
No, no,
as
no,
a...
no. Don't write the last one. Don't write the last one. Okay?
Okay, okay,
Just write that the number line, only the number line.
okay. I finished it by myself.
You're great. Okay, everyone, let's move to the next page. Okay, I need someone to read this for me. I think Abdul Mohsin can read. Yes, Abdul Mohsin.
Okay, wait. Tara rode her bicycle 610 miles. What decimal describes how far she rode her bicycle?
It's
You have
decimal.
already.
It's decimal, okay? What
Okay,
decimal describes how far she rode her bicycle, okay? So,
okay,
so we're gonna write it as decimal here. So you have to convert 1 and 6 over 10 to a decimal number, okay? So let's use a model first to write a fraction, and then we're gonna move it to or convert it to a decimal, okay? Like you see here, we're gonna write as a decimal number using this model. We have 1 as a whole number, right? So we're gonna shade one whole, okay? And then 6
mm-hmm.
over 10, so we're gonna shade 6 bars over 10. So it will be 1. If you want to mix them up, it will be 1 and 6 over 10. Now we're going to write it as decimal. How can we write it as decimal? Firstly, put the decimal point. We're going to put the decimal point. That's the first thing you're going to put. Put the decimal point. And then, as you see here, we have 1 as a whole number, right? So the whole number
Yeah,
comes before the decimal point, on the left of the decimal point. Okay, so write that that's the whole number. Okay, 1. And then look to the numerator. The numerator here is 6, right? So
yeah,
put the 6 after the decimal point. So that's how can we write a decimal number. Okay, how can we
Okay.
convert a mixed number or a fraction to a decimal number? Okay, so now how can we read this? How can we read this number, this decimal number? Okay, first of all, write one, only write one, okay? And then the decimal point reads as and. The decimal point reads as and, okay? And we're gonna write 6, okay? And of course, if we have one digit after the decimal point, so you have to write tenth because the denominator here is 10, right? So you have to
Yeah.
write at the end tenth with THS at the end of it. 10 and THS, okay? It's tenth. So we can read it as 1 and 6 tenths. Okay, let's use the number line to write it. Let's see how can we write it using the number line. Okay, so it will be 1 and 0 over 10. So you have to start with the whole number. Okay, if you have the whole number 1, so it will be 1 and 0 over 10. If the whole number 2, so it will be 2 and 0 over 10. So you have to start with the same whole number. Okay, so 1 and 0 over 10. The next one, 1 and 1 over 10, 1 and 2 over 10, 1 3 over 10, 1 and 4 over 10, 1 5 over 10, 1 6 over 10, 1 7 over 10, 1 8 over 10, 1 9 over 10, and 2 and 0 over 10, because we have 2 here. Okay, now, after that, let's see. 1 and 6 over 10, that's our number, right?
Yeah.
What is equivalent to?
It is 1.6.
1.6, so it will be 1.6. So we can say 1.6 is equivalent to 1 and 6 over 10. Okay, after that, as we all know, if you see the whole square or the whole parts are shaded, it means equal one whole. Okay, so we can write this one as one whole because it's 10 over 10, and we all know 10 over 10 equals 1. Okay, you have 1 minute to complete this, and let's move to the next page.
Finish.
Okay, let's move to the next page. Okay, now write 5/10 as a fraction and as a decimal. Okay, let's see. We have 5/10. So if you want to write this as a fraction, all we have to do, it's 5/10 from its name, 5/10. So it will be 5 over 10 because it's 5/10. So how can we write it as a fraction? Okay, that's how. Okay, how can we write this 5 over 10 as a decimal now? Okay, now, first of all, you have to put the point. Okay, the decimal point. It's called the decimal point. That's why it's called decimal number, because it contains decimal point. Now, after you put the decimal point, you will check the whole number of the fraction here. Is there any whole number here? Do you see any whole number? Ryan?
No. No.
Yeah, pay attention. So it will be no whole number. right? So we're gonna put 0 on the left of the decimal point. After that, what is the numerator here? The numerator here is 5, so we're gonna write 5. So that's our decimal number. Okay, number 2. I need someone to help here. I see that Sulaiman can help. Sulaiman.
Yes, Mister.
Hi, Sulaiman. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so number 2. Let's see here. As I said before, if you had the whole square is shaded, so it represents what here? What is it represent here?
Two.
It represent 1, right? This
Yeah.
represent 1. And the next one represent
Represents
1 also.
one.
And what about this square? Represents what?
2/10.
Excellent. 2 over 10 because we have only two parts are shaded. So if we
We
want
will
to
do
make them, we make them together. If you want to make them together, so it will be what? We're gonna add them together,
one
right?
plus one.
Yeah,
Here down will be two.
2.
And
Excellent. And the fraction, put it as the same, 2 over 10.
2/10.
Now, now
And here two.
you wrote it as a mixed number or a fraction. Okay. Now we want to write this mixed number as a decimal number. How can we write it as a decimal number? What the first thing we're gonna put? We're gonna put
We will put.
the decimal point. Okay. That's
Okay.
called the decimal point. Okay. So
Okay.
that's
I
the
think
first
it's
step.
only points.
Okay. So we're gonna put the decimal point, and then we're gonna check the whole number. What the whole
Two.
number here, Sulaiman?
Two.
2. So we're gonna write 2
Two.
here.
2/10.
No, I'm asking about just
Yeah.
the whole number. What is the whole number?
Okay. Two.
2. So we're gonna write 2 before the decimal point, to the left of the decimal point. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, what about the numerator here?
It's also two.
So we're gonna write 2 here to
Yeah.
the right of the decimal point. So our decimal number here is 2.2. Okay? Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. What about the next one, number 3? Faris Salamin, my prince.
Okay.
Hi, Faris.
First we'll see.
Okay, so
Yeah, hi. I am
what
good.
about
How are you?
0 over 10? So what the next one? What
It's
about this?
5/10.
This 5 over 10?
No, it's 1/10.
Yeah. So every time we're gonna add 1, okay? So it will be 1 over 10. Okay, what about the next one?
Then 2/10.
2 over 10. The next one.
3/10.
And the next one.
4/10.
Over 10. And the next one, 5 over 10. It's written for me. And the next one, 6 over 10.
6/10.
7 over 10.
7/10.
Yeah.
8/10.
And our point here that he asked about me, so it will be 8 over
It's
10.
8/10.
Great. So 8 over 10, that's our answer. Okay. So that's our answer as a fraction, but we want to write it as a decimal. So what we're gonna do here, firstly, what the first thing we're gonna put here?
We will see. We have a whole number. No, we didn't
Firstly,
have.
you have to
We will
put
put
what?
0 and dot.
You have to put the point first, the decimal point. Okay.
Yeah.
After that, let's check the whole number. Is there a whole number here?
No.
No. So we're gonna
So
put
we will put 0.
0. Yes. And then what about the numerator?
And we will put the 8.
The 8. So that's our answer.
Yeah, we'll put 8.
Thank you so much, Faris. Okay, guys, write this, and then we're gonna move to the next example.
Yeah.
Mr. Mo'men, the lesson for today is kind of easy. It's not that
Yeah,
hard.
but you have to understand that you have to put the point and then put the whole number and then the numerator. It's an
Yeah,
easy steps. Yeah,
yeah. And it looks like our old
Yeah.
lesson. That's like you have 10 over 10 and 8 over 10.
yeah.
And it looks like it. You just find it if you have the mixed number and put the numerator as the same. And if you see you have a mixed number, you put the mixed number. But if you don't, you put a 0.
Thank you. Thank you for your explanation. Okay, so let's see number 4. I'll choose randomly. What about Mahdi? Mahdi. Wait, Ali Sahati. Wait.
I am here. I am here.
Okay.
Number
Number 4. Number 4, yes.
4, the highlight, and the whole 10. The whole
Okay,
10.
so what about the shaded board? How many shaded boards do you see?
4,
4. And over what? What the total boards?
10.
10. So that's our fraction. Okay, that's the first part of our question. Can you tell me the next part or the other part? We're gonna write it as a decimal. So we're gonna convert this as a decimal. So what we're gonna put first?
0, because no.
No, you have to put the point first. You
Yeah,
have to put the decimal point, and then we don't have any whole number, so we're gonna put 0.
0.
And then the
The
numerator is 4,
numerator 4.
so we're gonna write 4 here. So that's our answer. Thank you so much, Mahdi. Okay, the next one, I think Ali Sahati is here. Ali Sahati, how are you?
Well, thank you.
Okay, let me see number 5 here.
Okay, teacher, stop. I was about to say that page number 496, I didn't solve it. There is only
Okay,
one.
you can watch it later on Classera. This class is recorded now, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how can we solve it now? Number 5.
Um,
So he asking about this point. So that's 1 and 0 over 10, right?
yeah.
The next one, it will be 1 and what over 10?
1 and over 1 over 10.
Yeah, great. And the next one?
And 1 and 2 over 10.
The next one?
1 and 3 over 10.
What do you notice here? The whole number stays the same, right?
Yes.
You just add to the fraction. So it would be 1 and 4 over 10, and the last one is 1 and 5 over 10. Okay, now, what about this? So we're gonna write 1 and 1 over 10, as you see here. And how can we convert it and write it as a decimal number?
Easy. First,
Yeah.
the small points, you'll
Yes.
put it. Then, because there is a whole number, we'll put 1 over 1.
1, a whole number, and we have 1. So we
For
can
the
read it as 1 and 1/10.
1.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ali Sahati. I think Ryan Akbar is not his turn now.
Finally,
Yeah, come on.
number 6.
Number 6, yes.
Yeah, number 6. With the square is full shaded.
Yeah,
So we're gonna make it 1.
great.
And then The other square we have not complete. We have if one is not shaded, so it will become 9, and the whole number will. I mean, the denominator will be 10.
Great. Okay, now let's make them together.
The whole number will be 1, and then 9 over 10.
Okay, is that's our mixed number. Okay, can we write it as a decimal number?
Yes.
Okay,
So
let's
first we'll
try.
put the point,
Yes.
and then the denominator is 1. So we'll put 1,
The
and
denominator or the whole number?
the whole number I said.
No, you said the denominator. That is okay. So it will be 1.
And the numerator is 9.
So we're gonna write 9 here. That's it. Thank you so much, Ryan.
It's very easy.
Yeah, because you're so smart. Number 7, who can help here? Yusuf. Yusuf is here.
Finally!
Yes, because you are not raising your hand. Raise your hand and you'll answer.
Okay.
Okay, number 7. So we want to get this point. What the meaning of this point represent on the number line? So let's see. What is the meaning of this point first? This one. What it represent on
This
the number line?
it means 3.0.
No,
No,
3
I mean
and 1 over 10. Okay?
okay.
Because every time we're gonna add 1 to the numerator. Okay?
Okay.
So after that, this one it will be 3 and what? 2 over 10.
3
Okay?
and
The next
okay.
one, 3 and 3 over 10. And this one it will be 3 and
4
4 over.
3 4 over 10.
Great. So it will be 3 and 4 over 10. Let's write it here. Okay. Yusuf, how can we write it as a decimal number?
4 I mean 3.4
So it will be 3. How can we write it 3.4? Why we can't write it 4.3 like that?
because because the numerator bigger than
No,
the
no, 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 no. It's not like that. It's not related with bigger or smaller. I didn't say that.
I mean
Firstly,
that
you have to check the whole number. The whole number is 3. So the whole number, you have to write it before the decimal point, or to the left of the decimal point. Okay?
okay.
And what about the numerator? As you see here, the numerator is 4. So you're gonna write after the decimal point to the
4
right of it. So it will be 4.
4
So it will be 3.4. Thank you, Yusuf. Great job, man.
what
Okay. Who else?
Mr.
Hussein is cool. So let's see how cool he is. Hussein, are you there? You're not cool like that.
Mo'men.
Wait. I'm calling Hussein. Hussein. Okay, guys, all of you, are you ready to call
Yeah.
Hussein?
Yeah.
Okay, you can call him. Hussein, are you there? Hussein, are you cool? Hussein, my cool man, Hussein. Okay, I think Hussein in the bathroom, or I think he's sleeping. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What about Abdulaziz Al Jandan? Abdulaziz Al Jandan, are you there? Okay, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Abdulaziz. Abdulaziz, are you there? Abdulaziz. Yo, Abdulaziz, are you there? Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. By the way, if you're not responding, you're losing marks here. Okay, so as you want. Okay, what about Ayham?
I'm here.
You're here. Okay, Ayham is here. Ayham is here. Okay, so let's see. Number 8. Can you help Ayham?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Write the fraction of
Ahmed,
this number as
I mean,
a
the
decimal.
moment wait, see my hand.
What? Ayham, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we have here 5 and 9 over 10. How can we
Yeah.
write it as a decimal number?
5.9.
So first of all, put the point, and then we have
Yeah.
5, put to the left of the point, and then we have 9, put to the right of the point.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mo'men, because I solved by myself. Thank you so much, Mr. Mo'men. You're welcome. Ayham, can you solve the next one?
Yes.
Solve it.
First thing we will put
The
the
dot, yes.
dots.
I'm gonna put the decimal point. Yes.
Put 0
Is there
and then
any whole number here?
no.
No, so we're gonna put 0. And then the
And
numerator
then
here
we
is 1, so it will be 0.1. Okay, guys, that's our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check your homework on Think Central.